What is up, guys? Welcome to Diggity, a video game podcast, episode number 101, Binary Dalmatians. Can't think of anything else relatable to it. I'm Jeff James. With me, as always, the incredible, unobtainable ruler of Hurricane Dorian, Luscious Brody Foltz. How are you?
I'm gonna ride that hurricane.
Dude, that thing's wild. But
Yeah,
thank God
no
it's not
kidding.
hitting the coast of Florida.
Yeah,
It might hit the rest,
Surprisingly.
but it's supposed to be a lot less extreme to what it was. But the Bahamas got wrecked, dude. I mean, it's pretty brutal. So if we have any people that listen in the Bahamas, one, I envy you regularly, except for obviously this past week. Hope you're all right. But you live in a tropical, beautiful paradise normally. Also, Tropical Beautiful Paradise, our Twitter and Instagram. Follow us at Diggity Podcast. Ooh, segues. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Search for Diggity. We come up now in search results, just underneath Blackstreet. Subscribe to our podcast, also the audio version if you haven't already. And if you're listening for the first time, hit the follow, hit the like, hit the subscribe button on platforms such as Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Deezer, or wherever you listen, bruh. And with that, what did you play this weekend? The giant purple and yellow letters for what did you play in the show notes, by the way, really work. Purple and yellow seem to be my colors of attention.
Yeah, it took me a few tries to finally get you to see it, but hey, once once I found the purple and yellow, it seems to be a hit every week. You got it. I have been playing still more Fire Emblem. Still haven't beat it yet, but I'm getting there. I've been playing a lot of Control, getting through that. Hopefully gonna have a full review on Friday. Played a little bit of Rocket League because the new season started, and I have played a decent chunk of Pokemon Masters, the new mobile game, which is a grind and a half.
Okay. That seemed like you loved the last one there.
Well, it's not bad, but okay, I will say one thing about it. It's not one of those things where you can only battle like once or twice, and you use up a certain energy or anything. You can battle as many times as you want. You can play that game unlimited, but you do hit these really difficult walls where you have to go back and grind some older missions in order to be strong enough to beat the next person. So, but it's not bad. It's not bad.
Huh. I dug into Overwatch, followed by Overwatch, followed by Dessert, which would have been Overwatch, and a little bit of NHL 2019 for 10 minutes until it crashed and sent me back to the dashboard, to which I went back to Overwatch. So, dude, I've been hooked on just trying to raise my SR up, and
I give up.
It is. You know what?
I get screwed every time.
It pisses me off that Craig is ahead of me because Craig is not as good as me at Overwatch. I'm just going to flat out put it out there. All right, here's the deal. Craig only plays Bastion, which is arguably one of the easiest characters ever. We laugh all the time and joke about it. It's Turret, the character. And basically, you sit in a corner, you sit behind a wall, and you just hold the right trigger, and you're good, right? This man gets a 1700 SR. I play with Ashe. I play with Symmetra. I play with fucking Zenyatta. Okay? I try support. I try attack. I try tank. I try all these different things. SR shite each time. This man goes into attack. He loses 3 games, wins 2, and gets 1700 in his ranking with Bastion.
To be fair, I get screwed every
fair,
time we do these competitive matches because I play generally a healer and keep everybody alive and do my job, get plenty of healing.
Do a
and
damn
all
good
that.
job, too.
And at the end of it, they shit on me with a giant 1049 or some shit.
Right. Which is,
so
let me explain
at that point,
brutal.
that's why I don't care. I hate it.
Yeah. And the most brutal part of that, too, is you're sitting there in hell, SR hell, and you're just like, there's people in there that are playing. They don't give a shit. No. You know how many times, dude, I was up by like 2 or 3 games in a row, and then some fucking roadhog just decides that he's just going to sit.
Yeah.
And then he's like, player has left the match. And then you get the red fucking block.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, player left the match. You won't receive a loss, but you won't gain anything.
Well, and then I even tried
Or you
support
receive
because
a loss, but you won't be penalized.
I even tried support thinking, hey, maybe this will be better. Played Reinhardt, blocked like 30,000 fucking damage a couple games in a row. And what do I come out with? Like 11 something. It was like 11-12 or something. I'm like, I hate this game.
I
Absolutely hate this game.
I
I can't
played
play it
Bastion.
anymore.
I played Bastion on purpose to see if I could replicate what Craig got. I sat next to her. My wife sat to me. She said, "You're playing Bastion." I said, "I'm doing this because fucking Craig got 1,700. I'm seeing if this works." I had like a 36 kill, like 36 eliminations in one game with Bastion.
Not
Okay.
good enough.
Was just not good enough. Not good enough. What do I get? I get 1150.
Oh,
I won
nice.
4 out of 5 games. Easily averaged probably 22 eliminations a game. Easily got probably 2 to 3 gold a game. Not good enough. Not good enough for the Overwatch gods. Yet I still play it. I'm going to fucking play it when I leave today. I'm going to curse at Craig. I'm going to say, Craig, I hate you. He's going to laugh. He's going to chuckle, go,
damn it, Blizzard. I really don't understand your ranking system. It doesn't sound like anyone does. I'm not even sure you guys understand your ranking system, but your game has pissed me off. I'm not playing it for an extended period of time. I got other shit to play.
All right, let's move forward with the news beyond Overwatch. Anyone who
weekly Overwatch rant.
Yeah, if you're listening for the first time, we're not an Overwatch podcast, but
no,
whatever.
We are not.
All right, dude, hit us with the upcoming games.
September 5th, you can get Green Hell for PC or WRC 8 for PC, PS4, and Xbox One. On September 6th, you can get Creature in the Well for PC, Xbox One, and Switch. Gears 5 through Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. Gun Pixies for the Switch. Monster Hunter World, sorry, lost my place. Monster Hunter World Iceborne DLC for PS4 and Xbox One, and NBA 2K20 for PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. And on September 10th, you can get Blasphemous for PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. eFootball Pro Evolution Soccer 2020 for PC, PS4, and Xbox One. The official Gears 5 release is also on September 10th for PC and Xbox One, and Greedfall is coming to PC, PS4, and Xbox One. A lot of people have been talking about Greedfall, and I think I'm the only one on Reddit that just doesn't care.
I have no idea what it is.
A lot of people are hoping that it replicates like the feeling of Skyrim, not Skyrim in what it is, but
I'm out.
Just that, yeah. It's supposed to be like a open world RPG. It looks like the combat looks pretty cool. There's kind of some weird stuff going on. I don't know. I think it's going to disappoint a lot of people.
Aren't there like 20 games like that right now available?
Yes. That have come out in the last like 3 months.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
And most of them are not noteworthy.
A couple new release date announcements. Castle Crashers Remastered is coming to the Nintendo Switch on September 17th. Woo! And Untitled Goose Game is finally releasing it on September 20th for Nintendo Switch and PC through the Epic Game Store. That's Epic Game Store for PC and the eShop for Nintendo Switch, by the way. Yeah, Goose Game. Stoked. Castle Crashers. Can't go wrong with Castle Crashers. God, I want them to make another one.
They won't do it. They don't make sequels.
Just do
Behemoth does not make sequels.
Fucking do it.
It's not gonna happen, but I wish they would. So the free games for the week or 2 weeks, or I don't remember what their period on this is, but for the Epic Game Store, you have until September 5th to get Celeste and Inside. So 2 pretty good games. They're free. Absolutely go pick them up. Celeste is awesome, by the way.
Celeste is fantastic.
I love that game.
Canadian too.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter.
That makes it even better. Nintendo Direct is happening today when you're listening to this. The Direct will start at 3 p.m. Pacific, which is 6 p.m. Eastern for those Hoosier folks like us. And we'll have about 30 minutes of content. Or no, I guess Indiana gets split at one point. That's right.
And we're also getting... No, we don't get split.
Yeah, we do.
No, we don't.
Yes, Demond, Indiana.
There's like one town that gets split.
No, there's not.
Yes.
No, there's not. For time zones to Central? No.
Yes.
No. My wife has family in DeMott. Gary, Indiana's in Central. DeMott's in Central.
It literally switches like 2 minutes before you hit the Illinois border.
No, it doesn't. I assure you. I promise you.
Sure.
Google it.
Okay. I'm not going to Google it right now. These people don't care. I have driven to Illinois quite a few times from Indiana, and I know.
I promise you. I didn't think so. I didn't think. Why would you make a state line there? But it happens. It's ridiculous.
It's like a very small sliver of Indiana, if anything.
It's probably the last 40 minutes.
Certainly not.
I'm gonna blow your fucking mind after this. Anyways,
probably not.
The direct is at 6 p.m. Eastern. We'll have about 40 minutes of content, and they've already stated that the direct will be focusing on games coming out in 2019, including Pokemon Sword and Shield, as well as Luigi's Mansion 3. I'm stoked for this thing. I would love. I mean, everyone knows on this podcast, I would love to see Double Dash, but you know, that's not going to happen because Reggie Fils-Aime's gone. And now we have Bowser. So there, you know, Double Dash dreams are gone, baby.
Okay, so there's like
where's the line?
A few counties. It's not a line. It actually splits up in the corner of Indiana.
Do that?
I don't know. The upper left-hand corner and the bottom left-hand corner
that's where
of
DeMont
Indiana
is. Yeah. So okay, hold on.
I'm looking at it.
The bottom right or the bottom left?
Bottom left, and top left.
Okay.
It splits in a here. Like
why the fuck would you do that?
Look at that. Look how stupid that is. Why? Our whole stupid sock state.
Why not just make, if you're gonna do it, why don't the other counties do that as well?
I don't know.
That makes no sense.
I don't know.
What if I have an appointment, a doctor's appointment in one county south of me, and I'm in DeMont, Indiana?
Well, nobody goes to DeMont, Indiana.
You're right.
Real here.
It's the big mecca of America.
I don't even know if I've actually ever heard of that before. You
know
now.
What? I've just put DeMont on the map.
You did.
The sign will now say
so many
featured
people are
in
like,
Diggity
we
podcast.
did not come here to hear about stupid fucking time zones.
It is so stupid, though.
It is very dumb.
Why, if you're gonna do if it's just like the North Pocket, then just get rid of it, right? Just go Eastern. But to have the Northwest and the Southwest pocket of the state literally be in time zones, and then the middle be in Eastern, what the fuck is wrong with you, Indiana?
So much. Why?
Like what? Dude, I told you I didn't understand it. I mean, I guess if you had never went northwest, right? Mm-hmm. Beyond to the Illinois border, and like you had family out just like Central West, yeah, you'd be in Eastern time, so you would have never known. I didn't know either. I thought that it was just split. What the fuck? All right. Anyways, what do you? If you're in the fucking Northwest Indiana or Southwest Indiana, it's a fucking 5 p.m. Eastern.
But and you are way too close to Gary, Indiana. Let's be really honest.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Anyways, what do you want to see out of this thing, or what are you thinking we're gonna see?
I have no clue. I don't think we're gonna see anything I don't think we're gonna see like Metroid or anything goofy like that, because they're focusing on 2019, and I would be surprised if Metroid or I'm drawing a blank on some of the other big ones that people are waiting on still. Bayonetta 3,
Animal Crossing.
Yeah, we kind of already have a release date for Animal Crossing. I think we might see it. Yeah, it got pushed to spring next year.
Maybe it gets pushed again.
That would not be good.
I bet you did.
But anyway, I don't think we're gonna see any like major Nintendo IP out of this, other than the stuff that's coming out, like Luigi's Mansion 3 and Pokemon Sword and Shield. I don't think we're gonna get Metroid. I don't think we're gonna get Bayonetta 3. I assume that stuff at the closest is late fall, maybe even winter of 2020. So I think we're going to see some good indie games, maybe a few surprises, maybe something we're going to talk about here in a little bit. just a guess. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have any hopes. I just really enjoy Nintendo Directs.
I think we'll see maybe a couple of Xbox games coming to Switch. A couple more, like ones that were kind of just on Game Pass exclusive or little Xbox indies that were
I bet we don't.
exclusive. Okay, well, I bet we do.
Well, there was an interview with Phil Spencer not too long ago where he said that really Cuphead and Ori was about all they were planning on bringing.
P3 fibs.
He's probably fibbing, but I'm just saying. I would
P3
be.
baby.
What else would they bring? What are they going to bring over?
I don't know.
Actually, Halo Wars 2 would be pretty cool on Switch.
It would be really
Something
cool.
like that, like a Command and Conquer style.
And people would probably play it.
Hell yeah. I bet people would play a game.
I think that we'll see some more Pokemon Sword and Shield stuff. I think we might see some stuff about
Luigi's Mansion 3 too.
Luigi's Mansion 3, yeah.
Wow.
I think we might see some Link's Awakening stuff.
Hot takes. Look at all the hot takes.
And I think
anything that's not blatantly obvious.
I mean, I feel like we'll get maybe some little like piece of news for Metroid. Nothing's shown, but like one of those ones where it was, what was it, 2 directs ago, where he just
on it.
Yeah, he just came at the end. He's like, "We're still working on it," but I think maybe something like that. But just at the very end, you know what I mean? Just a quick little verbal update to be like, "Hey guys, we're still fucking making it.
We may have a name, but we can't tell you."
Yeah. And then I do think we'll see some more stuff for Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
Just because I think people
we'll get upset. A little bit. I don't think we'll get too much.
No.
Just a touch.
Because they're probably going to do another one of these big ones probably come October-ish to announce stuff for Black Friday for November and all that holiday season shit.
Yeah, I think they do one close to like November or so, and then they do another one in the spring. They don't really do one in winter, I don't believe. No. I can't remember the exact timeline of last year's Direct.
I think it was right before Thanksgiving almost.
Yeah, it was really close.
It was like a week before the week of. So, well, cool. I mean, I expected to see some cool stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe new Switch bundles.
I really like their directs. They always come out with some stuff that I didn't really know.
Because they're just straight to the point. They just go straight into the game. There's none of this like, we are courageous and breaking through the gaming industry.
They just make a really bad like dad joke, and then
the
indie world trailer.
The indie world is pretty cringy.
Yeah, those are rough. Casper. So Bautista is going to be a playable character in Gears 5. The announcement was made by the man himself, Bautista, on Twitter, and it was confirmed by Xbox. So if you play any version of Gears 5 starting on September 15th, you can unlock Bautista. And this promotion will run until October 28th. So you have to play sometime between September 15th and October 28th, and you can play as Bautista. And I've read like a small little interview there, and they were talking about how they made some armor and for the announcement, and Bautista put it on, and it was like fucking perfect. Because they basically modeled Marcus Phoenix off of Bautista, which is amazing. But I'm gonna just play as Bautista all the time.
Do you like feel for the like creative director and the writers and stuff for this game? They're like, they make this enveloping crazy story, and they're like, yeah, we're gonna fucking throw the Terminator and we're gonna throw Bautista in there,
dude. So in Gears 5, you can play as a Spartan from the Halo series. You can play as Terminator. Or Bautista. You can play as Bautista.
There's got to be one more. There's got to be one more.
Oh, I'm sure there is. Coming. There's going to be a surprise in there that we aren't going to know until the game.
Jean-Claude Van Damme. You're going to be able to heel kick people. Jean-Claude Van Damme will make a return.
There you go.
He'll come and doing a split between 2 Volvo semis, like that ad he did way back. You ever see that?
Yeah, I remember that one. That one was rough.
Yeah.
We need to get Steven Seagal.
Oh my God. Steven Seagal with that hair.
Yeah.
Oh man.
The badass himself.
He married some chick in Japan, okay, who was like related to royalty in Japan, got a fucking dojo. divorced her, and by rule, he got the fucking dojo. And now he's in Japan at this dojo. But he also is a police for like fucking New Orleans or something.
I would like to stay subscribed to Seagal Facts.
Next week, I'll have 2 more Seagal facts for you.
Yes.
But this week, moving on, Splinter Cell rumors are starting all over again. So many fans have been waiting for a new Splinter Cell for a long time, and GameStop may have leaked something or at least started some pretty deep rumors. GameStop is currently taking pre-orders for Splinter Cell goggles or replicas of the Splinter Cell goggles. But that's not the interesting part. The interesting part is the product description of the collectible that teases a new entry into the franchise. The product page for these said goggles states, for the first time since the introduction of Splinter Cell in 2002, man, I feel old, after 9 top-selling AAA titles, and with the 10th release on the horizon, this is your first chance to own Sam Fisher's signature ultra-high-frequency sonar goggles, otherwise known as like Bell and Howell fucking
Yeah.
binoculars. All we can do is speculate this time, but this appears to be a solid rumor. Obviously, the rumor comes from them, the 10th release, as there is not a 10th release in the series as of yet. I hope they bring it back. But Ubisoft also said they want to bring back new IP. You know,
yeah, they want to start some new IP, but it also makes sense to bring Splinter Cell back. I think
like
that is something worth investing in.
It'd do a lot better on this gen and next gen.
Yeah, I think so.
A lot better. I was never like that into them, but
no, it's not a game for me. Stealth is not my strong suit by any means, but I am actually quite the opposite. But yeah, I know there's a lot of love for Splinter Cell, and a lot of people really want this to come back. And after it was kind of talked about before E3, but not really, question mark, it was kind of weird. This kind of confirms that it's coming, I would think, especially coming from, GameStop. I would think that this is not something that somebody spoofed or anything goofy. I imagine this is probably legit. But something that might not be legit, but also could be legit, Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag for the Nintendo Switch.
Ooh.
So both Assassin's Creed Black Flag and Assassin's Creed Rogue have been spotted for the Nintendo Switch on a Greek retailer's website. So I'm gonna go ahead and say this might not be as valid as the GameStop leak, but you never know.
Me that the Greeks are not valid. There's no validity to Greece.
I'm just saying it's not a worldwide company like
Greece doesn't exist.
Yeah, Greece doesn't exist. Get over there with Australia. The listing was actually a bundle of the 2 games, and it was available for pre-order for just over $40. The posting has since been removed, but the internet succeeded in grabbing a few screenshots of the listing prior to the removal and sharing them with all of those who missed it. Because maybe you weren't scrolling through a Greek retailer's website looking for possible game leaks.
I do every day.
Right. But after the remaster of 3 coming to the Switch, this seems pretty likely. I don't know if it'll be in a bundle pack like this, but it's possible. I would think at least Black Flag is coming sometime soon-ish.
Yeah. Be cool to play Pirates of the Caribbean.
That's right.
Assassin's Creed.
Get really, really sidetracked with just blowing up other ships and scoping out islands that have nothing.
Don't finish it.
And then just end up giving up.
Greece is also where we get all of our high caliber gaming news from for our show notes.
That's right. Yeah. I usually use only Greek sources, and then I use Google Translate to translate them all.
So none of these might be true.
We just spew lies.
Brody, there are 2 things on this earth that people have asked for back.
Yeah? What's number 1?
Purple ketchup.
Oh, all right.
Number 2, the mighty return of Guitar Hero.
There you go. That makes more sense than purple ketchup.
Did you never have purple ketchup?
No, I remember it. It
didn't work too well.
Ooh,
didn't last long.
Did you have the green ketchup too? You remember the green?
I don't know. I think no, because I fondly remember my father saying, "Why the fuck do we need to buy purple ketchup?" And I said, "Because it's cool." As a kid, and he bought it, and we put it on fries, and like me, my brother, and my
It
dad
doesn't
looked at
taste
it,
right.
and my
It's
brother
weird.
was like, "I don't want to eat that." My dad's like, "Look, see, it's why I don't fucking buy purple ketchup." But anyways, a new patent for what sure seems to be a new Guitar Hero controller has been filed by Activision. The patent contained an image of the new guitar, as well as the following description. A music-based video game provides a user-directed sound generation feature, aka it fucking you hit it and it plays a note on the TV. In some embodiments, the user is provided a video game controller simulating a musical instrument, which the user may operate similarly to its real musical instrument counterpart. A free play feature is provided for users to operate the video game controller, where a processor of a video game console receives input signals from the video game controller and outputs audio samples based on the received input signals. During the free play feature, multiple suggestions as to how to operate the video game controller are simultaneously provided to give users some guidance as to what to play using the video game controller. We're making fucking Guitar Hero again. Yeah, patents, crazy how patents are filed.
I
It's how you
really
use it.
despise
It's not how it's designed. It's incredible.
I despise how it's all worded. Like they could literally just be like, "Hey, it's a plastic fucking guitar with 5 buttons and a weird little
No,
fucking
you
pick
can't.
thing."
You can't
I
file
know.
it
It's
as
got to be
designed.
super. Yeah.
It has nothing to do with the look of it. It has everything to do with
Right.
how it's used. It's
How it's
crazy.
used, yeah.
Um, so I'm gonna wait for this to get to release, and then I'm gonna wait about 3 months, and then I'm gonna go fucking pick out in the clearance section in the back GameStop.
Hell yeah.
And then I'm gonna get drunk and play this fucking thing.
We're gonna get drunk and play this
Yep.
fucking thing.
You gonna get a guitar? I'm gonna get a guitar. We're co-oping this shit. Making a band.
Hell
Band's
yeah.
back together, baby. Bring the band back. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't know. I want them to bring
It's
Rock
not gonna
Band
sell
back.
well.
I think
It
Rock Band would do okay.
uh
Drums, bro.
the drums were fun. Rock Band's guitars sucked horribly.
Yes.
But the microphone thing was cool, and then Guitar Hero tried to do the same that world tour, I think is what it was
Yeah, they
called,
blew it.
and it was like, oh, we have drums and stuff too. Look at
Oh,
us.
and then they went, yo, it's great. Let's do DJ Hero.
Oh yeah. I
3
think
buttons on a
DJ
fucking
Hero
pie
was
plate.
back like between. It was like right after Guitar Hero 3, I think. It was way back.
It had Dead Mouse in it and a bunch of stuff. 3
Yeah.
buttons on a spinning pie plate and one little
Fuck
switch.
yeah.
Check me out. I'm a flipping
Look
DJ.
at me.
Look at me just fucking crushing it.
Oh god. So Chucklefish is being accused of not paying some of their devs for Starbound. Chucklefish, best known for publishing Stardew Valley and their self-developed games Starbound and Wargroove, are currently in hot water over a former developer's tweet. The tweet is from Damon Reese, and he says, "I started out my game dev career working on Starbound for almost 2 years. I was 16. I
Oh.
worked hundreds of hours and wasn't paid a single cent for it, while the company made unbelievable amounts of money off of my labor. And that of around a dozen other unpaid workers." Sorry, that was worded weird. Chucklefish's response after all of this: "We're aware and saddened by the current allegations against Chucklefish regarding Starbound's early development. During the time, both the core crew and community contributors were collaborating via a chat room and dedicated their time for free. Community contributors were under no obligation to create content, work to deadlines, or put in any particular number of hours. Everyone was credited or remunerated as per their agreement. It's been almost a decade since Starbound's development first began, and from then, Chucklefish has grown considerably into an indie studio that has a strong emphasis on good working practices, providing a welcoming environment for all employees and freelancers. Our doors remain open to any related parties who wish to discuss their concerns with us directly."
Didn't they just do a thing where they're like, hey, we're going to push this back because we don't want grind? Or burnout?
I
Is
don't
that
think
them?
Chucklefish did. It was somebody else. There's been a lot of people that have done that because that's kind of the thing
That's the
right
cool
now.
new thing to do, yeah.
But yeah, this is.
We don't know if it's true or not. I mean, nobody really
Yeah,
does.
we don't.
I don't think we're ever going to find out.
And it's not like it would be the first time that a game has been kind of open source like that, to where people work on it just as a passion
Yeah, and I'd
project, or
imagine if you're 16 years old, also
uh,
you're probably contributing community
right.
wise.
And I don't know. I don't know. I would be surprised to hear somebody at 16 being like, I made a bunch of money as a full-time game developer. Like,
Hmm.
probably not. I don't know. This one was weird. It gained a lot of traction over the last couple days here. Um, I don't really know what to make of it, because you're going off one dude's word on Twitter, and then you're also responding or hearing Chucklefish's response, and it does seem like one of those things that they may have kind of put it out there, and not that it's terrible. I don't know. I don't know how to interpret it, but it is one of those things where they opened it up so other people could work on it and for free, in hopes of, gaining some traction and putting your name out there and showing something that you worked on. But at the same time, they might have used it a little aggressively and a little bit more to their advantage than,
I
I
mean,
don't know.
maybe,
We don't
but
know.
the
It's
game's been out
really
a long time, and
a decade since
my
it started.
thought on it is basically, if you tweeted about this, why wouldn't you just submit a labor issue to
I
your
don't
local
know.
government, or sorry, federal government? I mean, I don't understand why. I mean, it's a problem, and we're going
He
to get
had
into this
a
later, but why people decide to just tweet shit. I mean,
yeah.
clearly it's to get attention. If it's true or false, doesn't really matter on that. It's just literally, it's not the right fucking place to do it ever.
Yeah, and he responded to a lot of tweets that people were saying stuff like that, and hey, why didn't you sue him? This and that, yada yada, and it
Yeah.
was just kind of, I don't know. It got very heated quickly. Like,
Sure, it's Twitter.
yeah, it's
It's a
Twitter. It's
hellhole.
a fucking cesspool.
Yeah, it's
But
brutal.
everybody jumps on and just beats the dead horse, yada yada. It's just, I don't know. This was just strange, and I don't know what to fully make of it, because there's just not enough evidence or not enough actual, like,
Do you
knowledge
mean to
about what
tell
really
me
happened.
that there's wasteful conversation happening on the internet? And this wasteful
Um,
conversation is directed solely to a black hole cesspool clusterfuck titled Twitter?
yes, yes, that is what
Crazy.
I'm getting at. Yep.
Crazy.
And now we're having that pointless conversation.
And that means on to the next piece of news. All of
Woo!
Cyberpunk 2077's cutscenes will be in first person. So the internet, or at least those are pretty dedicated gamers, has blown up in a fit of rage over the perspective of cutscenes in the upcoming CD Projekt Red game. Most of the gameplay that has been shown up to this point has had third-person perspective, showing off your created character and their interaction with characters in the world with a real movie-like feel. The global community lead for CD Projekt Red reached out on Twitter to say, achieving full immersion in an FPP game is extremely important, and the decision made by the team to go 100% first-person in Cyberpunk game is something that will benefit it greatly from gameplay and storytelling perspectives. That said, players will still be able to see their characters in the inventory screen during driving sequences in mirrors, and very occasionally in some of the cutscenes. They're just trying to be artsy, and they're achieving it. Or maybe it's a lot of work to do that, and they just said, you know what, fuck it, let's just not have it. I have no idea which one either are. You use your own imagination for that one. But I can't wait to make my character look like Shrek, not see him for 3 fucking hours, and then look in the mirror and forget and go, oh my God.
That was kind of what I told my wife as soon as I read this story. I'm like, yeah, it sounds like they're
Dude,
getting close to.
someone 100% is going to make a fucking ugly ass character, okay?
Uh
Live stream it, go through the entire game, okay?
look in a
Without
mirror at the
viewing
end.
it, and then look at the mirror at the end and showcase themselves. Like, oh my God, it's
Yeah.
Gary Sinise.
Yeah, when I first read this, I assumed that they're
Uh,
getting the release date of this game is getting closer and closer and closer. So I
sure.
assumed that they had started working on it in third person, but when you have so many different characters created, it gets a little difficult to do that in cutscenes, and you have to animate each part of a person's face rather than animating a face as a whole type of thing, which, I mean, I understand you do that anyway, but you know what I mean? Like, if somebody
Yeah.
puts a beard on it, now you have to worry about clipping and this and that. And it's
Articulation
like,
of the beard.
yeah, it's a whole nother ball game. So I imagine they were starting to get closer, and to me, it seems like they did this because it's going to be easier to do. And on top of that, I do buy the immersion aspect of it. It is kind of weird that up until this point, in all of the cutscenes that we have seen and the gameplays and stuff, it has been a lot of third person stuff, which I do like because it does kind of give this movie vibe to it, and it is really cool. And I'd like to see the character that I am going to spend way too much time on creating, because that's just what I do. I really like to create characters, but so that's kind of a bummer for me, but I buy it. I buy the immersion aspect of it, and it doesn't hinder me from buying this game.
Those lads in Poland too are pretty artsy.
Yes, there is.
I think that they, maybe they just wanted to do it full
Those
immersion.
lads.
They just wanted to.
Those silly artsy lads.
They just wanted to just make it fully immersed, and you can see Keanu Reeves, for in full glory rather than be back.
That's right. You don't want to take away from Keanu.
We don't even know how many times we meet Keanu.
Oh, he's in the whole game, my friend. That has been confirmed. He's part of you, basically.
Oh my God.
I'm one with Keanu. A whole lot of Keanu.
Weird. All right. Serious talk. You want to do it?
Yeah.
Before we close this out real quick?
So we're going to keep this pretty vague, but it is something that we needed to kind of touch on. So in the past week, there was some allegations of sexual assault from basically one indie dev to another aspiring indie dev. And she posted to Twitter, and then the internet got a hold of it, and it snowballed from there. Well, all of the people that basically, decided that they were going to take matters into their own hands and start reaching out to him and his family, broke this man, and he did take his life. So for us, it's sad in the gaming industry. Whether or not he did the actions that he was accused of doesn't really matter at this point. I mean, it does, but it doesn't. We're now into a point where a man has taken his life over people grieving him on the internet and trolling him and threatening him and his family. So we don't want to cover the story as what it is. We want to use this as an opportunity to say, be nice to people, even over the internet. I understand the internet is anonymous. I understand that you can do pretty much whatever you want on the internet, but the thing is, you are still affecting people on the other end, and you really do have to watch what you say, because not everybody is thick-skinned. Not everybody can handle things the same way you do. And regardless, just be a decent human being. Don't attack people, especially if you don't know. The whole thing in our country is, innocent until proven guilty. So, I mean, I don't. It's a really fucked up situation, and the fact that people decided is their job to play judge, jury and executioner is just ridiculous. It's not your fucking place. Stay the fuck out of it and let somebody who actually is qualified to do that take care of it.
And if you have a problem too, if you need to voice something about somebody like this, go to officials before Twitter.
Absolutely.
I mean, here's the problem with this, right? I mean, I don't know for certain either, but now that she's done this and someone's taken their life and he's innocent until proven guilty and he's taken his life, where does that leave her? Right. I have no idea. Where does that lead anyone who sent hateful messages to him? Because there's laws for that stuff now.
And I just don't understand, like, if this is something that was, actually so detrimental to you, why not go to the authorities? I understand you're scared, but now you're posting it on Twitter.
No, because it's because people have put people on a pedestal, and they've got this cancel culture, which is fucking brutal. And then
and I guess I worded that wrong. I understand why they do it, but from a logical standpoint,
Why is it
it
your
doesn't
first step?
fucking make any
Yeah.
sense. Like
Why is it the
going on
first thing you
Twitter
do?
to completely slander someone, whether or not they did it or not, is fucking wrong. It just
Yeah,
is.
it doesn't
And that's
help
why
you.
we didn't cover it last week. I instantly read it and I sent it to
Yeah.
you and I was like, dude, I don't think we should cover this because it has not been proven. There is nothing here. And even then, that is not what we do on our podcast. We're
No.
not out to attack some guy because of something he did or some girl for something that she did. That's not what we're here for.
No.
But in this case, it has reached a point where it is a large blow to the gaming community yet
Oh yeah, it
again.
makes
And
everyone look like an idiot. Really
and
does.
so, it's just I don't I fucking hate the fact that everybody wants to air their dirty laundry on Twitter and then some white knight gets a hold of it and shares it with the rest of the internet and then all of a sudden it blows up and now people are sending death threats to people they've
Or
never
doxing
fucking
people's
met, doxing
family.
people.
Yeah.
It's just fucked. I don't understand the mentality of it. I hate it so
Yeah.
much.
And I just don't understand where you would say to yourself, cool, so this happened to me. Posting about this publicly now on Twitter, right, which isn't locked to anything like a Facebook,
Right.
posting this on Twitter is going to help me.
Right.
It doesn't. The only reason why you post on Twitter is to try and fuck someone's life up. Honest to God, I'm pretty much convinced.
Absolutely.
I mean, I'm going to go flat out and say it. It's not a fucking cry. It's not a fucking cry for help. It's literally you just want to fuck someone's life over to the point where you feel like you've gotten vengeance. And I've never been sexually harassed. I don't,
Right.
I'm sure it's fucking terrible, but is it really worth putting it out there to the point where, because all you do is create two camps. There's a camp that doesn't believe you and there's a camp that does believe you.
Right.
And one is usually bigger than the other, right? And has more sway than the other, obviously. But still, nonetheless, you're just saying something to a bunch of people that have no idea either who you are on a personal level or what actually happened. And there's no way to provide evidence that's sustainable within like a court of law on Twitter. I mean, it's like
I don't get what it does for people either because it's Twitter. What is someone on Twitter going to do?
Because they get attention, dude.
Oh, well, I know, but I'm thinking from like a logical person standpoint rather than an internet Twitter dwelling troll.
Oh, it can't be. There's nothing logical about this.
Like that's what pisses me off. Like,
yeah.
Fucking Twitter's not going to do anything for you. I hate it because every time somebody does it, it's always this. I was scared to come out and say this, and then. But I'm going to post it to the entire fucking internet through Twitter. Yeah. And that was the same thing with some of these other things. Like, oh, I was scared to do this. All of these, not even just sexual assault cases, just like the Chucklefish thing. The guy said the same thing in there too. He's like, I was scared to say this for so long.
Go to fucking officials.
I just
go sue them.
I hate it so much.
Go get legal representation. Go to a fucking labor board. Whatever, dude. Don't fucking come on Twitter and say shit like this. And it's not me being like fucking pro business, dude. It's just fucking pro smart fucking decisions for both parties. If you have a fucking problem with something, generally speaking, there is an agency, a fucking board, or a group of distinguished individuals that can help you with your fucking problem.
Yeah.
Twitter does not help you with your problem. Holy shit. Just be good people. Just don't.
And if you have a problem with us, you are more than welcome to go ahead and send your hate mail to us. That's fine. We'll respond to every fucking one of them.
Stop. Good God. No, I mean,
kidding.
It's brutal, man.
Twitter is such a cesspool, and I despise it. And then it makes its way over to Reddit because anything that goes on Twitter goes to Reddit or vice versa.
And then it hits a bunch of fucking websites.
Oh,
and here's the problem too, dude. There's a lot of fucking people that do what we do, podcasts, write fucking articles. I'm not fucking naming any of them, but they certainly don't fucking help the situation because they retweet this shit, which we don't fucking retweet that ever. We don't even say these people's fucking names because there's no fucking point. Because when you say them, people want to duplicate it because they get the same fucking merit that they get out of the people when they first posted it. And people people doing what we do that are not helping the situation, and they fucking know they're not helping the situation. Right. It's disgusting. It's fucked up. Completely fucked up. If you do any sort of reporting on games or anything like that, I mean, one, you shouldn't be using their fucking name. Two, You should stop this shit. Just stop talking about it. People stop doing it.
Right.
It's absurd. The only reason why we're talking about it is because it's a PSA. Literally, someone fucking killed themselves.
Yeah.
Because
Anytime we
someone put
cover
something on Twitter and hundreds of fucking people decided that they were going to dox this person's family who had
Right.
nothing to do, probably didn't even fucking know that this happened, if it even did happen, because again, we have no fucking idea. And now someone's fucking dead. Someone's probably going to get fucking charged with something and go to fucking jail.
Right.
Great.
Yeah.
Resolved nothing.
Anytime we are covering something negative, we keep names out of it. You know, obviously, if we're doing citing an interview or something, we'll use the person's name for validity. But a lot of times, if we're covering something very negative, we don't use the person's name, especially like something like this. Like, we don't use the person's name because that's not the important part. The important part is what you get out of it, and you know, this whole trolling and threatening people and just completely, you know, throwing everybody's dirty laundry out to the internet is just despicable. I hate it.
And then on top of that, claiming that it's political too. It's fucking not.
No.
It's fucking not. Someone's just trying to fucking get back to somebody, whether or not that they've done it or not. Fucking go to the police. Go to the right people. Don't go to fucking Twitter. Makes no sense.
Right.
No sense at all.
None.
Anyways, mom and dad talks over.
I feel like we have to do that far too often.
And it's not like I don't want to make it sound like we have to fucking do this. Like, it's not like what I've previously said, where someone's like, oh, it deserves this. It's not. It's just fucking, there are people out there. And if we can even reach one fucking person that thought about today about writing something just brutal to somebody that would have otherwise made them harm themselves, I'm totally okay with that.
Right. And I feel like we've been focusing a lot on that aspect of it. At the same time, obviously, we are not condoning sexual assault either, but that's not something we can control, because the people that usually sexually assault people know it's fucking wrong. That's nothing we can actually be like, hey, maybe we'll put a bug in here and it'll change something. Like, no, this is the thing we can have some, you know, hopefully some influence on is
the aftermath.
Don't troll people. Don't be an awful person on the internet. That's the only thing we can ask. Yeah. I mean, I feel like the rest of it is something that should be common sense, but it's not, clearly. It's just, I just wanted to clarify that, because clearly we are not condoning sexual assault or anything like that. That is just absolutely awful as well. It's just, we're personalities on the internet, and that's what we can focus on. So yeah.
Fucking Twitter.
Huh? Fucking Twitter.
That's what I have to add to the end of that.
Yeah,
just
pretty much.
Fucking Twitter. And to the people that, I guess I have to clarify another thing too, because this is the thing, is someone will find a loophole in everything that you fucking said and say, well, you condone this. The people that do it, I get what you're trying to do. You're trying to back someone up to which you think that the other person is guilty, and you're trying to help them. If you want to help them, DM them with some positive thoughts. DM them with some support. You don't need to go dox their family or find the guy's information that otherwise a local sheriff could easily find. I mean, just stop. I get it. It's going too far. That's it. Because sometimes honest people on the internet do some great shit, do some fantastic things, and expose some great things. But
few and far between.
Yeah, unfortunately nowadays, yes.
You had to smack that fucking arm. Sorry.
Karate chop it. But yeah, unfortunately nowadays it is few and far between. Yeah. But anyways, guys, this podcast takes time and effort to create. So if you want to be a patron over on our Patreon, head on over to patreon.com/Diggity podcast. You can also support the show by heading over to audibletrial.com/Diggity, where you can get a free audiobook download and 30-day free trial of Audible, a audiobook service by Amazon. Get access to a ton of titles to choose from for your iPhone, your Android, your Kindle, or tons of other devices. It is a fantastic platform if you do not have the time to get in readings on a book for book learnings. Maybe you're out in DeMont, Indiana, and you're like, you know what? I didn't even know that 30 minutes south of me, they're in a fucking Eastern time zone. That makes no sense. But if you're an audiobook, maybe we could teach you that. Audibletrial.com/Diggity. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Diggity Podcast. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Diggity. Look for the little green logo with the black joystick. And I'm available on Xbox One. My gamer tag is Maple Jeff. Thank you to those who have followed me. I feel loved.
Yeah. Mine is Luscious Brody. I don't know how many followers I've gotten in comparison to Jeff, but I've gotten at least a few. So thanks to you guys. I feel no love, but whatever. Luscious Brody on Xbox and Wolverine's cousin on PlayStation.
Maybe
we got there finally.
Luscious is too hard to spell.
Lucius has been getting tons of them.
Lucius Brody is just getting fucking lit up. Guys, leave a review if it's the first time listening to the podcast or if it's your 50th time listening to the podcast. Whether you leave a review on the iTunes page or Spotify and give a star rating or leave a comment on the YouTube video.
It helps more than you will ever know.
Yes, it actually does. Hey, want to do some positive things on the internet? Help us out.
Right.
No,
positivity.
All these platforms, basically, they look for engagement and they want to make sure that they're pushing the best content to people. And if you think that we're good content, give us a good review or leave a comment on our YouTube videos and help the show out, get pushed out, spread the great word of Diggity. And until next time, guys, we will see you for the Friday show. See ya.